What's up, guys? So my first video is I want to share how to make money in stock. It's not like I make millions of dollars in stock, but I want to share some common knowledge or some of things that I know that can help you to make money in stocks. So let's dive into it. The first trait or first thing that everyone should have is patience. So I'm sure all you guys know who Warren Buffett is. He's one of the richest guy in this planet, and he's probably one of the most famous investor in the entire history of human mankind, right? But he said the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. And he's basically telling people that if you're impatient, you'll lose money. If you're patient, you'll earn money. So let's figure out, why he said this, right? Let's not just take this quote, but let's kind of dissect why he said it. So let's just look at this Apple chart for a moment. So let's say there's a reason why patience is the most important thing to have in stock market, right? So let's say you bought Apple stock when it was about like $60, or let's say you bought it at here 110, right? And as soon as you buy, it goes down to 50 or 60 range. And you will see that it will go up in the future and becomes 130. But how would one know that, right? Like this can happen to any stock. And it's Apple. Apple is one of the best or greatest company that's out there. And it can go down about 50% off. So how, and if you believe in stock and if you think you can recover it, you have to be patient from this period to at least to this period, right? And if you want to make some fortune and to this period. So when you look at the chart in this broader view, it just seems like, okay, I'm gonna just wait for 3 years and make a fortune, but it's not like that, right? So if let's say you just just erase this part, right? You bought it here and it just goes down to here, right? And no one's gonna know, right? No one's gonna know except God. Even Warren Buffett wouldn't know how if this will go down more or it will go up more. It will go up. So when you say like this, okay, I'm gonna wait for a few years, but it's not gonna be just as easy as I'm gonna just wait, right? There's so many uncertainties. There's so many, troublings that will bother you from waiting for a few years. So that's why so many people lose, their money on stock because they're not sure or they're not patient enough to wait for stock to go up. But that's why the patience is the most important thing. Sometimes you have to be patient for about how many years? It's like 2 years to get out with a fortune. Next thing is choose a promising stock, right? So we are back to this Apple chart again. So you bought this at let's just say at 110 and it's gonna go down to like 60 at mid 2013. How are you gonna wait it, right? But when you buy stocks like Apple, right? Apple's just not gonna go away in one day, right? So you have that kind of confidence or logical reason that you can wait for a few years and it'll come back, right? So, but let's say you didn't buy Apple, right? You bought some random stock, right? There are a lot of random stocks out there, like stocks that you don't know about much, or you just bought it without any knowledge or thinking. Then when the stock goes from 110 to 60, you don't, because you cannot be patient, because if you don't believe in the company, there isn't any reason for you to be patient, right? This again, if you look this at broader view, I'll wait for 130. But let's say you bought some random A stock that just came up a few years ago and erase this part. Are you sure you can wait without any certain proofs, right? Like if you bought Apple, okay, Apple, it's struggling now, but Apple's gonna do well because it has great manufacturing system and great marketing, and the new iPhone's gonna come up, all that. So you have these logical reason that you can be patient with. No one's gonna. It may go down, right? no one's gonna know. But at least if you decide to be patient, you can be patient with those proofs. But if you don't choose a promising stock, and promised stock, I mean by it can be subjective term, right? If some may think Apple is not promising, or Amazon is not promising, Tesla is not promising, but if you have your own belief that it's your choice, right? And it's your responsibility, and it's your choice to choose a promising stock. But you guys know what I mean, right? Like, choose a stock that you really think that's gonna go up in the future. And in order to choose a promising stock, you have to know the company and search the company. You cannot just buy a stock because, okay, it just buys, it looks buyable, or someone recommends you, or right, you have to do your own research, so you'll have some like logical proofs that can help you to be patient, right? So when you're on a diet, let's say you have to restrict your food for 3 months, you have the proof that if you restrict your eating for 3 months, you lose your weight. And there's like scientific proofs that when you eat less calorie and you move more, you lose weight, right? So but stock is not like that. Stock, there isn't anything's not promising. So promising stock can be subjective term, right? Next one is the timing. So timing is also very hard to catch, almost impossible to catch at the lowest price and sell at the highest price, right? That's only God knows that. So how are we gonna catch the right timing? Like, if you look at the chart, the best scenario would be you buy, some at this area, like when it was like $15, and sell it at, I don't know, at $100. So how are we gonna, find the right timing? I cannot give you an answer on this. No one can. Again, this is like in God's hand. I think, how I, see it is, I guess, look at the chart, just kind of, but you got to at least have your own perspective, right? Because let's say you bought here, and you understand the mechanism of stock, that it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. And here there was we went down, but eventually went up. So if you think you bought the right stock's not gonna just go up like this, right? If you see here, it went down, down, up, down, up, down, up. So that's the mechanism of stock. There's not one stock that just go up like this, right? There's gonna be up and downs. So that's why like impossible to get the right timing on buying the stocks. But right, just I think there's still a big difference when you study the chart and study the company. Then you have higher chance of buying the stock at the right price. Let's just say you bought the stock like here and here, and people and in here it's about 2 times, right? So you can make double the money in like less than 1 year. But if you know about the industry, right? If you know like the IT, or if you know about Steve Jobs or the Apple company, then you don't need to sell. You have that insight that, okay, it's gonna go up at least over $50 in the future. When you have that your own perspective, you don't sell when everyone's selling, right? Or you're not buying when everyone's buying. So when everyone's selling here, even though it goes up down a little bit, you can wait for a few years and get out with a much fortune, right? So again, the timing, having the right timing, right? Like the perfect timing, you buy here and sell it here. That's just not possible, because we're human beings. We all have our limits. But we can increase our chances by trying, by studying the chart, or studying the company, or looking at the industry, right? They will all help us to have a better timing in buying and selling. What I want to introduce, three things are: patience, choose a promising stock, and the timing on selling and buying the stock. So I hope you guys enjoy the video and find this helpful. Thank you guys for watching. See you on next video, guys.